Hey guys, Sharon, Project Fev, Tarot and more. Today I'm going to be doing a tarot reading, a Celtic cross spread for my Cancers out there. Hi Cancer. So collectively speaking, for starters, the general energies that's, kind of affecting you guys right now is you're being pushed out of your shells. There is an energy where you guys really just want to retract back into that shell. You really just want to feel protected. You really just want to hide away, and you just want things to kind of on the outside take care of themselves, and you'll come back out when the environment is more optimal. And unfortunately, that maybe as it is your default mode isn't what you're allowed to maintain right now. You're not being allowed to go into default mode, okay? Life is calling on you, the universe is calling on you to take your emotional expertise, because a lot of you are very intuitive, highly intuitive, and very much connected to those that are around you, the energies collectively in the universe. You guys experience these on a very deep level, but then you retract back into your shell and you're like, okay, I'm done. You guys get a reputation for being passive aggressive because of that kind of flowing energy where you're involved, and then when you're tired, you're just done and you cut out. Or you apply yourself to such an extent, but you really want other people to take the initiative more, so you kind of hint at what the initiative should be or that it needs to be there. So I think what's happening right now for you guys, as the cards are spilling out, I'll go through the collective here. What's going on for you guys is you're being pushed way out of your comfort zone in order to take action on a situation that has reached its peak. Like, if it's a frustrating situation, you're just not going to take it anymore. If it's a situation that has been allowed, and not necessarily by you per se, but just allowed to happen, allowed to take place, allowed to be, somebody's been allowed in that space and they're not really performing, or allowed to stay in a job where they're really not functioning in that position, or allowed to stay in a relationship that isn't really serving either of the people in the relationship, you're really being called to action, okay? And the cards are coming through to send a message here about that. Ultimately, what I feel from this whole situation is that you guys want to do your typical default thing, okay? Oh, it's getting rough out here. The waters are getting patchy. I'm not really comfortable because I'm not, I don't feel protected up here, but I don't want to go into the water because the water's getting really choppy. Emotions are heightened. Things are starting to get a little bit rocky. But on the beach, too much vulnerability being exposed on the beach, right? So you guys like to go into your shells, okay? There's no way out, so you go into your shell and then nobody can get you out. Well, in this particular instance, it's a no. You no longer can be the Five of Cups, okay? You can't just be disappointed and disappear and let the situation either take care of itself, ride it out from inside your shell. You're being called to take some action here. The message that I get from the cards in the main position, what the situation is here, is that though you're feeling a lot of anxiety about the coming changes, wow, you guys just had a whole bunch of cards pop out, and we'll go through these. Though you're experiencing a lot of anxiety, okay? We've got the Nine of Swords, and we've got the Nine of Wands. Wow, they're both nines. The power of the nine, right? Or the energy of the nine is out for you guys in full force here. So though you have a significant amount of anxiety, and a significant amount of energetic drain, you just feel so drained over this situation, you're really being called to persevere and push through. Because in the future position, you have the Chariot, and this is a major arcana. And for me, when I do intuitive tarot reads, the major arcana represents external sources that are out of your control. The universe, God, whatever powers that be, are really, affecting on a larger, more grand scale than things that you can control. So the reason why you're being pushed or feeling pushed is because you're resisting the natural flow of utilizing some energy to move. okay? The death card is in reverse, which means you're not totally out of this cycle yet, okay? Because the death card is a card that represents Scorpio, which is, you know, the transformation of death to life, birth to, you know, the next transitional phase, about phases, not necessarily a physical death. But this could be the death of something that needs to take place, okay? Something needs to be killed, something needs to die. It could be the ego. It could be a job. You need to leave your job and find another place to go because it's just time for that to lay down and die. But what you have as a supportive energy is the Ten of Pentacles. So though the universe is calling you to action and moving you forward in this with the Chariot card, okay? So these are two universal energies. You guys can't control this. This is happening. And I think that's why you feel so anxious and so overburdened with these two, the power of the 9 and these cards here. It's because you know that this is coming. You can see it up the pike. Cancer, you are so intuitive and you know that this is coming your way. And you're looking for, or have been looking for, ways out of it, right? And or wanting to go into your shell and not deal with it. 4 of Cups. Okay, but here's the thing about the 4 of Cups. Is, yeah, you can sit and hang out in your shell, but you're being offered something here. And that's the 10 of Pentacles. So you're being pushed into the 10 of Pentacles. It's a great energy, and you shouldn't really fight it when something comes along to offer you something like that. You know, the universe is sending you a great gift. So figure out how to get on board with this. And I have some other decks here that we'll utilize that will help with probably some advice cards that we like to use to clarify, elaborate, okay? Okay, wow, okay. 7 of Cups, you guys have options, okay? But you don't like all of them, if any of them, because change is so hard for you guys. Transition, movement, change. If it's not for travel and you're not going with friends, you have to do this on your own. Yeah, that's a hard thing for Cancers. You guys are okay, so here you go, 6 of Cups. So as a coping mechanism, you guys are waxing nostalgic. Remember when the relationship was so good in the beginning and we just loved each other and it was so romantic? And remember when the job just, you know, it was just so exciting and it had all the challenges and everything was working so great and my coworkers and I got along so well. Remember. It's such a Cancer thing to do. Oh, do you remember that time? Oh, I just loved that time. What a great time. And waxing nostalgic has its purposes. But in this particular instance, you're not being called to emotional nostalgia. You're being called to action and by the universe. So listen up, Cancers. Okay? Because I like to put on the table that here's the advice that you're getting from the universe, and what will happen if you follow the advice is the 10 of Pentacles. You'll get there. And here's what will happen if you don't follow the advice, what you can expect if you miss it, you miss the mark, so that you can catch back up, right? I mean, if you miss the mark and you can see in the error of it how to collect yourself and return back to base, then maybe you can, you know, rectify the situation, salvage the situation, turn these errors into correct action. Okay, I'm not sure where you're at in the whole process this week, but I know that this week is setting up for the energy that's coming in March. Remember, this is a March reading, okay? So you're being called to action in March. And what the cards are probably confirming for you so that you can trust the advice it's about to give is, you know, this is the confirmation. Actually, all of this information is being shared with you so that if it resonates with you, and it won't resonate with everyone, of course, no general tarot read would, but if this generally resonates with you on some level and you're going through something either in your relationship or at work where, you know, there's significant transition and you literally are not able to hide. Like no matter what Cancerian default mechanisms you've been trying to use to hide, you're just pushed right back out, pushed right back out. And it's like, how did I even get here? What the hell? I'm not trying to be out in the middle of attention, or I'm not trying to be in the middle of this debate or fight with my loved one. I'm not trying to be involved in this drama. I'm trying to be in my shell right now. And the universe is like, nope, not going to happen. You're not allowed. You need to work through this. Okay, so I'm waiting for the answer card in the answer position to pop out of the deck so that we can see what exactly this is all about. What are you called to action for? Why are you called to action? We're close. Here it comes. Okay. And what exactly all of this means together. And then we'll get some advice cards from the other decks, okay? What you can purge, maybe, what you can do, what action to take, that type of stuff. So maybe you guys are the answer. There it is. Ooh. Lovers. What? What? Gemmy. All right. Who's dealing with a Gemini? Cancer. You got the twins in your life? What's going on? I feel like this is either your boss or somebody closely related to the situation that is not performing at the level that they need to. They're not giving you what you really need, and you've been trying to avoid it for a long time and just kind of hoping it'll take care of itself, or that everything will die down and just kind of like calmer waters, and then you'll come out and try to deal with the situation. But I feel like this is a card of passion. You can see it depicted in the card. Okay? This card is not letting you go. It's not letting you get away with that. It's saying, no, 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 no. We mean more than that, either to each other or to the situation, or you mean more than that to the situation. And what you need to do is you need to step up. You need to step up into this role, and the universe is calling you into that position, okay? But what's great is you have the support here of the major arcana. You've got the Lovers, the Chariot, the Death card, okay? And the Death card in reverse. Those are great combination of major arcana cards that are showing you that if you take action, when you take action, it's going to catapult you into the Ten of Pentacles space. Oh my God. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better outcome than the Ten of Pentacles when you're talking about a Cancerian application of energies. I mean, you guys, come on. Seriously. I mean, that's just freaking great. Okay. So moon cards. Moonology oracle cards have kind of like a vague advice, but what I do like about the Moonology cards is that it kind of lets us know what forces are at hand that are bigger than us, that we can't control. And sometimes it gives us astrological clarity about the signs and the personalities that we may be dealing with, okay? So that's why I like to use these. So we'll see what pops out here. There's a couple that want to come out. I can feel it. We're close. And it's just going to illuminate, which is funny that I just used that word for the Moonology cards, but it's going to illuminate really more about the Lovers card. So we're going to talk about that. Haha. We were talking about, okay. Oh, you guys are being called way out of your comfort zone. Cardinal Moon, you are the Cardinal Moon. This is the card speaking directly to you, you guys. It says, be bold and make the first move. That's not a Cancer. No, that's not a Cancer. No, bold and initiating the first move, not always. Oh, not when it comes to risky stuff like your emotional self or your heart or your job and security. You guys don't put that on the chopping block for nobody, no way, no how. Wow, the universe is pushing you like that. Dang. You guys are in it. And then mutable moon, which is so funny because Gemini is a mutable sign. Some of you guys are dealing with a Gemmy, and they're just they're just not doing it for you. They're not right there yet. It says nothing is yet set in stone. Well, that doesn't feel very secure for Cancers. But you know what? It wouldn't be, would it? Because you haven't taken action yet. Nothing's set in stone. Oh. You know what this is alluding me to? Back to the 9. okay? And this is in the thought position, the ideas, thoughts, okay? So you have some thoughts and anxieties, and you're giving it the power of the 9, and it's not there yet. It's not. See, it's illusionary. Oh, and this moon matches this moon. Oh, you guys, look at that. This moon matches this moon on the cards. I can't believe this. So you guys are creating this situation in your mind, and you're trying to make decisions based on that, but you don't have any evidence whatsoever to support it. You're talking yourselves right out of this is what you're trying to do, and the universe is saying, no, you're not. It's not letting you get away with that this time. And you're being stubborn, aren't you? All right. I see you, Cancer. I see you. Dang, man, that's some heavy energy, you guys. Wow. Okay, so next one. Okay, Soul's Journey deck. Let's look at these cards. This is just the outside, and then it's got the gold gilding leaf on the sides. But these cards, I mean, not only do they have different mandalas on them, which is, you know, probably symbolic and representative of what the cards depict, but let's talk about the energies that we're really dealing with here. Oh, okay. Okay. Here's, oh, okay. 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 All right. Are we done yet? No, we are not done. Okay. So the first card that pops out is Honesty, and I'll show you the card in a second because I feel like there's a couple more that want to show themselves, and I don't know where in this reading they correlate, so we're going to have to ask the guides to be a little more specific, please. Oh, regret. Oh, God. Pride. Oh. Okay, Honesty came up first, and I feel like this is about the Lover's card, okay? Cancers, as much as you would appreciate and love other people to be altruistic and transparent in every way, crystal clear, in fact, most people aren't. But Cancers have a way of making someone else's dishonesty bigger or more meaningful, or causality for overanalysis. But the card says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Okay, so it's time to take a good, long, hard look in the mirror. Okay, because I think what you got going on here is a bit of a double standard, which is why you've got Gemini energy coming out. Okay, you've got a bit of a double standard. In that, you expect the other person or the other party to be 100% honest, but you're not, are you? You're holding back. You're not really putting yourself out there. You're not being bold, and you're definitely not making the first move. And I think the reason why the regret card came out with the pride card in reverse is because there's something, let's see, what do you regret? That you're not taking action. Oh. Don't let your pride get in the way of taking action, because you'll regret it. Yeah, that's what's coming through. If you allow your pride, and sometimes Cancers, you can definitely do this, pretend like it doesn't bother you as much as it really does. It's no big deal. Oh, and that's very much a Gemini thing to do too. And then meanwhile, you guys are formulating some way to make the other person feel the way that they just made you feel. And I suppose you could call that a kind of revenge, like a psychological revenge, where you want them to feel and think what it made you feel with what they just put you through. But yeah, that's a Cancer's version of pride. Okay, Taurus has a different kind of pride. Leo, very different kind of pride. But the way that Cancer's pride emotes itself is in that way. And it's not necessarily revenge, like I said. It's just a tit for tat. Cancers like to go tit for tat, and that's very much a Gemini thing. And if you do that, there's regret. There's going to be regret here. And I feel like these cards come out next. Okay? Okay? This is where discipline comes in. Cancers, you cannot let your emotional self get the better of you in this situation. You have to discipline yourself. You have to discipline yourself. Didn't we have... No, we didn't have a card of discipline. No, not so much. Okay, you have to discipline yourself or you're looking at failure. This whole project is going to fall apart. This whole relationship is going to fall apart. Everything that you have put your energy and effort towards in this situation, if you retract and fall back into your shell and you allow pride to get the better of you and you're just stubborn and resistant in this situation, failure's coming. Okay, so discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. You know, and that has a lot to do with faith and confidence. Okay, you have to believe that you can. You have to believe and find some type of hope. Okay. Failure card says, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. All right. So the Gemini made a mistake. They told a little white lie that you're probably making a bigger deal out of when you really, you know, this is not somebody who lied to you about having an affair or cheating on you or talking to your boss behind your back and making up something that you did. That's not a little white lie. So hear my words and hear them well. A little white lie. So this is something that was basically a mountain out of a molehill. Okay? Cancers, you took it too far. Okay? So, got to retract on that and eat a little crow. Yeah, cancers are... You guys are pretty good at eating crow. You guys aren't so bad. You guys don't mind apologizing when it, you know, but you certainly want the other party to learn their lesson before you're willing to apologize, don't you? That brings us to the Wild Offering Oracle deck, and this is, I was so drawn to this deck because, you know, I can go into it. I'm gonna post a video here about my own personal self a little bit, but this is Ganesh. And this has to do with obstacles and removing obstacles. And that's why I love that this is on the Wild Offering Oracle deck, is because this has great little tidbits of wisdom on how to, you know, move, or how should I put it? How to allow the energy to move freely and flow smoothly in your life. A lot of that has to do with surrendering and releasing. And now I wanted to bring this point up too. This came up in the pre-shuffle. Sometimes releasing, okay, purging or releasing, which Cancers like to believe, or water signs in general really, sometimes take purging as past energies and feeling them again, or emotionally experiencing them again. And I've actually spoken about how valuable that can be to resolve it finally and kind of put the extra baggage to rest. But you know what came to me in my meditation was, you know what, Sharon, sometimes releasing or surrendering into the flow isn't about purging past energies or emotions from the experience that you've felt before. Sometimes it's about moving forward when you feel the most afraid to do so, because you have become the blockage of the flow of your own energy, because you just are, what? I don't want to do that. That looks scary, right? I don't want to put myself out there like that. I don't want to do public speaking. I don't want to be scrutinized by people I don't even know. Some of the things that my friends and family say to me are bad enough. Now I'm going to put myself in front of strangers in a way that's vulnerable, right? Yeah. So you become your own blockage. You become your own blockage. Okay. Any more? Yeah, there's one more that wants to pop out. So this is about failure, okay? So the advice in the cards: swallow your pride on the situation so you don't regret it later, and there's not a total failure. Discipline yourself in your emotional ways, in your psychological ways. This is not a situation that is going to tolerate your typical Cancerian ways, okay? Because you've got some major arcana at play here, which means that it's bigger than you. Whatever's happening is bigger than you, and it might just very well be for you to learn the lesson that you need to learn about flowing in the energy and letting some things go. Put the claws down. Oh. You guys are feeling it. You guys are feeling it. I feel it. You guys are feeling it. Okay, so the cards that have popped up about this is mistakes. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. I feel like some of you have a Virgo energy around you. Okay, very critical energy, piercingly critical. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. Okay, so that is the affirmation in this card. That's why I love these cards. Sometimes what we need is the little bit of affirmation that it's okay to do what we feel on the inside and what that little voice is telling us to do, but we've become our own blockage of the flow of energy and things, and we just need that little push to say, it's okay, mistakes. If you need an external sign, ask the universe to send you a guru. Pray to your God, whichever one that may be, for a sign that it's okay to release this and let it go. That's the time, that the timing is right. So allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. That's a big one. So the mistake is made, the damage is done. What do you feel? Despair. Despair. I love that it's got little lily of the valley on here though, because that's really the flower of hope and peace. Lilies. See the little lilies? What a great flower to put on here on this depiction. It says, I need your divine intercession right now, O great spirit. Lift this darkness from my soul. Free me from this burden. Oh, the burden, right? The burden of the 9, the energy and the anxiety. Well, the anxiety that's probably robbing you of any extra energy towards a situation. Open me to your highest plan. May I be a peaceful vessel for your love. For your love. It's amazing how powerful love can be in our lives if we just allow it to flow through us. So if you're having difficulty with your loved ones or in situation at work, just remember love is a very healing energy for yourself and for others. And then the third one that came through is make it God's. And I like the little depictions on this card too. It's a forest, the cute little trees, little colors. So pretty. These cards are great. I just love these cards. Release the idea of my. Ooh, Cancer. This is definitely for you. You're so possessive. My opinion. My values. My loved one, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, mine. You're all mine. Yeah, very much a Cancer trait. It's speaking right to you guys. That's crazy. Release the idea of my. Yeah. As soon as you start to say the money instead of my money, the relationship instead of my relationship, the job instead of my job, freedom arrives. Ooh, ooh, you see that? Freedom arrives. When there is no grasping, can't see her. I even did this earlier. When there is no grasping, the right actions get shown. The right actions. Hello. Correlation, please. Do you need any more confirmation, Cancer? Would you like us to call the 800 number? Free me from the prison of my, quote unquote, my dear Lord. That's your prayer, your meditation, your loving healing salve. Can't say salve, because it's fun. That's a great card too. The money, the relationship, the opinion that I have. That's a very Buddhist principle, disconnection. All right, final deck and final card. Cards? 2, maybe? Oh. Okay, so this is the journey within, and this is about the lesson that is about to take place for you on a spiritual level, on some spiritual way, some spiritual discipline, how you're meant to activate yourself in the situation, or what will be activated in you. Another one? Nope, this is it. Okay, so this is personal growth. I love that color. Look at it. So ornate and pretty, right? Personal growth. So this is about a lesson for you. You might be in a karmic relationship, honestly, where it's time. You're being pushed by the universe. Oh, if you're in a karmic relationship, this makes total sense, because you're being pushed into learning the lesson that you need to learn from this relationship in order to move forward for your own self. Ooh. Ooh. If you do not actively invest in spiritual growth, your quality of life will remain shallow. Ooh, Cancer, you don't like low quality life of any kind. You too bougie. Cancer, you too bougie. Yeah, you like the nice securities and finer things. Not Taurus finer things, but homey comforts. You like your comforts. Vulnerable to uncertainties. That is definitely not a comforting statement for a Cancer. And subject to the fickle demands of the mind and senses. Wow! You know, that kind of illuminates even in this energy here. If you guys aren't falling into exuding your energy into probably unhealthy behaviors, drinking, drugs, sex, too much, sensory overload because you're trying to escape your feelings that are caused by your overthinking, or your anxieties that are coming from your what if this, what if that, what if this, what if it means that, what if. Such a water thing to do, water sign thing to do. Yeah. So, lessons in the cards. Actively invest in your own spiritual growth so that your quality of life will improve. And it'll make you less vulnerable to uncertainties. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow others to make mistakes, please. Reel in your pride in this situation. Discipline your emotional self. Don't let it get the better of you. And be honest. Ooh, you are really being pushed out of your comfort zone. And you know what? You're being asked by the universe to do it first. That's a lot of work, Cancer. That's a lot of work, but you are supported. The universe has your back on this, okay? I hope this reading resonated for some of you out there. Like, subscribe, comment, activate the notification bell so that when I post new videos, we may do a follow-up for this. I'm not sure what energies will come through later on. Let me know, let other people know that this resonated for you, what's happening in your situation, and talk about it. Maybe you guys can support each other through it. I'm not a Cancer, so this isn't happening with me right this second. I can channel the energies for personal readings, which is, I have to figure out all the details about how to make that happen on my channel. So for right now, they're not available. But they are coming a lot more soon than just, a couple of days. I'll figure it out here. I'm going to make that more of my priority so that you guys can get in touch with me. Okay. Yeah. Like, subscribe, click notification. Welcome to Project Fev. Watch us grow. Watch me move in my gifts, and hopefully we're going to manifest this into the future. Bye.